Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Hi, G-Man. Hey, Nasty Peter and KJB Farmer. All right, I am ready to give you guys a little bit of a demo of what I hopefully will have ready on Tuesday. This week, my schedule changed, so my shows are going to be Sunday, Tuesday. We might even get some more nights in there because I get out early from work several days during the week. So I'm going to start up a game and we're going to take a look and try to see if this works. I just made one settings change I wanted to test here. The old man from northern Quebec, Snowbird, the old man, how you doing? I did get finally today, just about less than a half hour ago, the mods from last week's show up on the mod hub, mod center, exclamation point mod center. And I have to switch over so I can see if this mod center. Oh, yep. Now I got feedback. I got to mute myself. There we go. Loading up the game. So I've been really putting in a ton of hours on this, trying to get everything but the kitchen sink into this thing. So hopefully you guys will appreciate what we got here today. I'm sure you will. It's going to be far different. I'm testing the capabilities of building a factory. So we're going to run over and hopefully things will go smoothly. I didn't test what I'm doing right now. If not, I know a way around it. We could autofill the factory, but I'm going to load it with the triggers for now. So we're working on a glue factory, which is going to add new products. So I will have to do a map update before I release. And yeah, I'm going to try to add in, maybe we'll get to, hopefully we'll be able to finish this factory up tonight, but you won't have all the products to build it. So until I update the map and add some more products to it, I've got a list of products for the next few coming factories that I'm going to expand. Go away for 2 weeks and bam, hours upon hours of vids to catch up on. Yeah. All right. So there's a lot of little things in this that are not done yet, including the icon, but that's a pretty simple thing. I'm waiting for the factory to be complete so we have a nice picture of the factory, and it's almost there. So as we scroll through, we're looking for that one. But it is the 3M factory now. Anybody comes into the show late is going to miss some excitement here. So when you go to buy a buildable factory, you can place it. You can see the area that it's going to be needing. I'm going to put it right over here. And all we're going to get is a fence, and it will walk up to the box. It will tell you that we need chipboard, planks, boards, and resin. The 3M factory construction project is the first one, so we need to get some more building products for later on. We'll have lots of different building products that can go into building factories, but right now we just have wood stuff. So we built a wooden factory, but you don't see it yet. So here's our drop point for all the products. I'm gonna get a flatbed. I preloaded the Cogent storage with what we need to build this factory. So let me get the flatbed so we can, well, actually I gotta check. I turned off the build menu, so oh, what you do see is these here, and we've got to figure out a way. You're not going to be able to buy the products in the factory when it gets released, because you can see what it's going to take, and it's going to make epoxy on that line, glue on this line, also outputs trash. But I don't want you to be able to fill it. It kind of ruins the whole thing before the factory's built. So we're going to eliminate the actual buying of the products later on. I just have it up there right now for testing because it makes it a heck of a lot easier when you're testing to just throw products in. But we've got some stuff to haul over and start the building process, and you will be able to see just how much more involved it will be this time. Yeah, when I finish all the icons, you will be set for any map. Yeah, alright, so I got that. I got to get my trailer that I'm going to haul my stuff with. Maybe make it. You can have Brew Crew. You got a Wendy's and an Applebee's coming to go with McDonald's, and there will be more sell points for sure. But and you guys can't hear him, but X-Man is in the stream. I'm relaying messages because later on we have to actually work on the sound files in this factory, and I had to choose between him or the sounds, and I figured you'd want to hear me while I'm working on the sounds. So what am I looking for? Baling technology, the trailer that I use. Now it only works in single player, I hear, but we're gonna use it. We gotta find a solution, somebody mentioned, to moving pallets around on multiplayer games. You could strap them down to regular trailers. They all have their, you just have to don't have auto load capabilities. Dairy Queen, we got Dancing Donuts that I'll probably get converted over at some point. But X-Man's doing a fine job on sell points, so maybe by the end of the show he'll have a couple of them sent over for me. They're in my mailbox already, he said, so we're good to go with that. We'll get those up there at some point tonight too. Maybe take a look at them. We've got so much to cover as usual. Bought all the mining area coal's not scoopable. It should be scoopable. There's so many different things that could be the issue with that. Oh. Yeah. Let's see. I gotta go to the factory and spawn the boards. Or the storage. Spawn some products. We'll spawn those. We need some resin spawned out of here for now. Chipboard. And planks. And that's all I need to start the building process. So we'll get a trailer load of each of those over there. Oh, look at what happened to my boards, though. That was weird. They kind of spawned in kind of freaky on the boards. That's the first time I've seen that. But they're there. Don't know what happened with that. Must have extra spawn point or something in there. We've got some of the resin picked up. Or... yeah, I never did it either. So we got some fixes. We always find things. Every time we do a show, I find things that still need work. We're gonna have to offload a few times here. Boards in. Pick up. Drop again. And drop some more. Now, oh, we got a board pallet over there still. First time I've used the trigger, so hopefully it will take all the products just fine. We'll go get some more. So we should see on the menu that pops up that we do have 15,000 boards, 5,000 resin. Let's go get some planks and just keep on filling this thing up. You have some McDonald's trigger problems. You think it's too high. Well, he's been working on McDonald's. An update for that. So hopefully we'll get some. It's probably in my box already, but you've been using the McDonald's, right? Yeah. Trigger is fixed. Isn't it? Yep. Where did I just dump that stuff off in the back? Oops. Mistake. Back it up. Pick it all up. Alright. Let's try that again. Get a little closer. Now, like I said, there's some adjustments. I want to make this trigger bigger so you don't have to keep unloading and reloading as you're dropping if you're using the trailer. But if we come out here, we should have the production will begin because we have enough. Once you have all of the products in there, the production will start producing the factory. It updates every 10 minutes. It will take you 40 in-game hours for the factory to build to be complete. So I'm just going to keep moving the products over here and we'll get it started up. And then we'll fast forward through the building process at a reasonable rate so you can watch it, but still get an idea of how it's going to work. Alright, we've got some resin coming over. Let me get out and spawn some more pallets. One of the orchards has the same on pallet trigger. Has what on the pallet trigger? Chipboard, more of that. And did we spawn the boards already? Yes, we did. Planks. Get some more stuff ready to move off of here. Trigger too high on which, yeah, I haven't had issues. Sometimes you gotta move a pallet a little bit to get it to go in. The game is just finicky that way. The triggers are set properly on the orchards. But anyway, the trigger over here is one trigger takes all. I'm going to expand it, but it will take all of the products on the one drop-off spot here. And that's how I fill it up. Go get some more. What version of the orchards? Did you get the update on the orchards from the latest update? Because we fixed all the trigger issues in an update just before last show that I did. I mean, the first time they went out, you might have to update them because you shouldn't have to raise them up anymore. We did lots of trigger fixes on those already. They've been updated, I think, twice, so if you haven't grabbed the latest version on the mod center, you might want to check that out. I put the updates in the mod center, the dates that they were updated in the mod center too. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. We're gonna work on the auto load trailer at some day when I get everything in here. Who knows? I want to put new nodes so their stuff isn't overlapping like it does. But it's getting full. Now look over in the distance, you can see that the factory is starting to build wooden block by wooden block. We've got, I think, only 4 pieces, but it will build much more gradually. And the fence is around there so that you aren't on the property when it decides to build stuff. I mean, if you park a car and a block appears, you're going to be going for a ride. So we fenced it in. You can climb over the fence and watch it just by climbing on the little meter that's there. Yeah, the boards need a adjustment on this factory when you spawn multiples. I think the size must be off on them, because we've got boards all over the place. Let's see if I can get that one back there. That one's in there. Here, we'll go offload these. The cubes. Well, Fummins, I had to redesign the cube, but I did it but it worked. That is what's working out there. The factory is being built block by block. And you'll be I think you guys might be pretty amazed when it finishes building. We've got plenty of time. Like I said, it takes 40 hours to build the factory when all the products are in there. And if you don't have them in, so you'll see it's got 4 blocks out of, there are in building this factory, I think we're at 827 pieces that get built one at a time. So that's a huge load of building that has to go on still. 4 is nothing. But we will, let's see, go to Cogent, open overview. We need some more boards spawned. We got to get everything out of here in order to build this. So the boards are empty. Resin. That one's empty. We don't need barrels. We need chipboard. Got to do chipboard a couple more times, it looks like. And planks. Yep, chipboard and planks. Let's see, fungus. Oh, Fummins, yeah, how the cubes? The cubes are being built. I answered him there. Oh, the one I made didn't work the way. The one you made didn't work the way I wanted. I'll tell you why. And it was close, but when it was scaled up to the size I needed, the graphics did not scale. It got very blurry. So I actually recreated it right in game after I saw what you did, and I have 6 planes attached, because planes always accepted the graphics and scaled them up properly for me. So it's pretty much the same thing. I'll show you later on but I was able to do it in game, and the planes helped scale up the graphics nicely. And I had to, oh my gosh, so many different things going on with that thing. But in the future, because each of those little building blocks has tileable patterns on it, I can change the building blocks to whatever I want, as long as it's a seamless tiling texture. And I have some already saved for when I get into the other products, so we'll have more concrete and different textures on the factories. But I wanted to stay as close to realistic. Now there are metal parts obviously in this factory, but we don't have metal yet, but they come in later. On the inside, I think you guys will be pretty happy with what it's got. I mean, honestly, if everything works well here, then all that is left is linking up the sounds. I gotta do the sound files in there, And I have to do the lights on the factory. And then if it all goes well, boy, those boards are going to drive me nuts the way they pile up out here. If all goes well, we are going to have that part done tonight. Now I'm going to do a map update, but I figured you don't have one of the building products yet, which is, well, you do for this, but you don't have one of the operating products. It will take calcium carbonate now at the glue factory here. So you will need to the very next mod I'm working on is going to be the stone crusher. And we're going to make a placeable stone crusher, and I have ideas for that as well. And then you will be able, but I do want to turn off the buying of the products, so I'm hoping I can get the stone crusher done for you guys on Tuesday. With this, it's not going to be as involved as this, because it's not going to be buildable, the stone crusher. It'll be a placeable, but buildable is what takes all the extra time. And in the future, most of the factories will be buildable. It's going to be kind of tough to build a stone crusher when I have to build like a fake mountain or something that goes with it. So we have a place where the stones spawn. Is it okay? You can use anything I create. I'm always very open. I like to be that way. However, you will have to make the products available in your map. But by all means, go for it. I love to see people's maps that are using the same products and stuff, because then I can play their maps with my placeables. So, and just opens up more. Yeah, if you want to use them. But you do, all these will require the products in the map in order to build, yeah, in order to operate them. So what am I doing in there? I don't want that menu. I want this one. I got to go back in here, and I think I got to get the rest of my chipboard out of here eventually. 2 more loads of chipboard. 2 more load of planks. Then if we're good, we should have 40,000 of everything. S7, how you doing? I added paper in the warehouse because I couldn't remember if I used it, but I didn't think I did. Paper is going to be going with the... Once we get the stone crusher in, we will be able to have... Well, you'll have lime ability to make lime for your fields, but you'll also have limestone to operate the steel factory. You'll have the calcium carbonate to make your glue. You'll have a lot of things that are coming real soon. We're going to be adding... So the map update won't require a new save game, but it will be required because of all the new products we're going to be adding. And I can give you a little bit of... I made a little list. I'm going to be making, instead of... Whoops. Why? Unload. Okay. Instead of just making steel at the steel factory, we're going to be making nails, pipe, rebar, and steel will be your steel beams. I'm not going to change the steel to beams, but it'll create steel. And then we will get the concrete factory going. We're going to have barriers, which, like the Jersey barriers, for anybody that calls them that. I do. We will have cinder blocks, pavers, and concrete at the concrete factory. So we're going to have more building products for the buildings, and hopefully... Oh yeah, well, once we get the stone crusher, then we can open up... We'll have all the products for the drywall factory as well. So... What is it? The tanker you're using doesn't work for all products. Needing tanker for without buying multiple tankers since it's done by configuration on the one you have on the mods on the Trello page. You guys can find whatever mods I'm just, yeah. I can't work on mods right now. So find them. That would be good. I have so much to do. I've got probably 6 months at least of factory stuff, so I only get what I can to get this stuff going. I don't have anybody working on mods, and well, a couple people are working on a few projects, but yeah, I am aware that we will need eventually easier ways to move stuff around. Yeah. Yep. That's all I ever do. I haven't even looked at mods beyond what I grabbed just for testing because I haven't played the game like you guys are. All right, I think we've got enough stuff in our factory, and you can see a few more wall pieces have been built. Let's check out. Yep, we've got 99% on the rest of them, and so 1% of the factory has been just about built. So, what I'm going to do is I'll actually climb over the fence. If you want to go over the fence, just jump on the box and then jump up. I did it before. Yeah, there you go. Then you can get in here and you can watch the factory build around us. But I am going to go ahead. First, we'll do 120, which will never take, but you can see how the different blocks will appear every 10 minutes on the clock. The factory is going to be building itself. And I will then I'm gonna fast forward. Now you guys aren't gonna want to miss this. I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, it's gonna go night. There's no way around it. But we're gonna go 600 speed, and you can watch the factory build as it goes around. And each of those, it's doing like 4 blocks at a time because there's so many. But the factory is going right around us. And we'll be back to daylight a couple times. There are actually glass windows that are going in right now. You can see that it's actually glass. I took that from the greenhouse side and I resized it so we have actual glass windows. Here it comes down this side now. So throughout the building process, you will actually see it. Whenever you drive by, you can take a peek. And I'm not going to debut all the building, but you got to see how the first one works anyway. I'll leave some of them for surprises for you guys. Especially seeing as this is one of the small ones. This is it includes a lot of features, but it's not, I mean, it only creates 2 products. So these are all made out of those little square blocks that we were talking about. The coal, yeah, I don't know if he has possibly an earlier version of the map that broke because we did the fix and he didn't get the updates, but I have had no problem scooping coal. If you did a previous save game, I'm not sure. You can see the roof is being built right now. I did have to use a little bit of texture on the roof, but eventually we'll have all these different products. It's just like a painted white stucco texture for the roof. And the roof is going right across. I built the border. You can watch the roof be built in. And the cool thing is that these blocks are small enough to create all sorts of shapes. Now, Fummins wants to work on something else. Make me a circle that has those sides that I can. No, I'm only kidding. We've got some ideas. Now it's gonna get dark. The building's gonna be just about done. I'm gonna step outside it. You can see how it's looking right now. We're still in the fence. The fence doesn't go away till the end of the building process. But when the roof gets done, who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, I don't know where, if I'm inside. I could be inside. There's no, oh right. It's going to put, I think, the doors on next, possibly? We'll find out. Oh no, it's building the garage wall right now. You can see the garage wall coming in. And there's the other one going in inside. And hopefully we'll get back to daylight so you can see it a little better. Oh, we've just got the garage doors and a couple of the metal pieces and the front door. And now we're getting the silos on the outside. And we've got our resin drop-off point there. Oh, the labels still haven't. There's the ground labels just appeared for the different products on the outside. And the sign. We've got some air conditioning units. The lighting all the way around is not hooked up yet, but they will be. It's still building, believe it or not, inside, but we'll take a look at it inside when it's done. We've got some air vents across the top as well. There's some smokestacks down the side over there. And it's because the fence is still there means that there's still stuff going on inside, which, by the way, you've got opening doors. So our first look inside our factory gives us, oh yeah, we've got more stuff coming. It's not done yet, so it's kind of hard to give you a tour when it's not done. But you do have the opening doors. It's almost done. You have a garage bay door here and a garage bay door there. Now they are loading bays for the two products. By the end of the next morning, if I have enough product in here, we should be built. I think we had enough product. If not, then fail on my part. I'm pretty sure we had enough. We might be short one. But the fence should disappear. I can't believe that there's still stuff going on inside. What? Oh yeah, there's a lot of things after that. Yeah. A lot of the effects and different things have to load in now. So hopefully the fence will disappear pretty soon. Otherwise, I did a boo-boo. No. I'll have to jump out and check it out. I might have fallen short of the products needed. It's 40,000 a piece. I can't check because the menu's shut off and I'm in the inside of the fence. And I can't climb out. I'd have to jump out. But I will check that out. It might have stopped production if I need just a little bit more. Let me jump over to a vehicle. My vehicle and see what it says as far as building. We are out of boards. Ah, there's a stray pallet of boards that we didn't get in there. Somewhere. We have to get some more boards. So yes, it will stop if you don't get all your products in there. And let me go see if I can get that. I can probably drive down on the inside. I think it's already spawned, the boards are. So it will stop producing. Here, let me stop the clock so we don't have to go too many more days. Can I spawn that pallet of boards? Control G. I think it's empty. I think it only needed that one more pallet. Yeah, because we don't have enough liters, 0 liters on the boards. So I think that's all it needs. Is this little stack of boards here. If I can get back out this way, I don't know. I might have to back out. I'm not so good at backing up. I should have just grabbed the forklift for the last pallet. We gotta get a big trailer back out of here. Boop, boop, boop. See, my steering doesn't turn back to 0 as quickly as I'd like in this version. We can do it. We can do it. I know we can. Get me out of there. Nope, you don't have to bring one block at a time to the factory. You can bring it all, and it'll start. But you do need some product in of each one. I hope that does it. I hope we get... Yeah, there's 1,000 left of each. It should finish up. Let's go fast forward again. There. So when it finishes... Now, you don't want to be in that trigger when it finishes because you get stuck with the 3M, but you can get that off. It's just a Giants thing. It's always been that way. If you're in the trigger and the trigger disappears, you carry around the information with you. But once... Now you see the trigger is completely gone. And we have a factory. And I don't have any parking lines yet, which I'd like to add possibly. But here is your factory for 3M adhesives. No more triggers, nothing interfering, except for we now have the product menu we can load up. So I'm going to load it up. I'm not going to bring this stuff over here, but I'm going to load up my coal. And we'll check out some things little by little as we fill this up. So there's your coal. You have a coal meter right there. We've got more stuff to show you inside because some of the cool stuff was the last stuff I put in. Let's go in, and anywhere on the property inside here we can get the R key. Maximum, we'll fill up our resin. I should have showed you the resin before I filled it, but I didn't. But here is your resin now that it's filled, flowing on the floor in the troughs. It's got a little bit of a resin tint to it. It comes into this tank because you load it right outside there. I'm swimming in resin right now. And that is a movable plane on all of these resin troughs that comes all the way around in the factory. And you can see it's just flowing slowly into this little bin right here where it's going to get the calcium carbonate once we load that up. Then it's going to come out here as glue and epoxy and go into our tanks, which then pallets will be creating over here. So let me come out here. First time, you picked a great show because this one is the first buildable factory, and I am going to open up my product menu and add in my last product that I need to start the factory up. Now, there is a lot going to be going on in this factory when we start it up. So I'll point out each of the things, but as soon as if the factory is running, you'll see the smokestacks start working on the outside. And you will also see the ones on the side of the building are active now as well, okay? So lots of little details put in to the factory. As we produce our glue, a rising glue plane will appear in this trough. We've got the coal running, so all our conveyors are coming down. You can see coals coming down onto the conveyor and feeding into our electric plant, which is actually burning the coal. See the fire? Now I do have some flame adjustments are sticking out the side. I noticed that, but that was what I've been working on all day today, getting my particles so it looks pretty cool. So it's feeding the electric for the plant. Our coal is being burned off in the coal burners there. All of the fans on the wall kicked on for our ventilation. So there's fans all the way down. Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love it. So we have ventilation. I have to add the sounds in for this stuff. And I have to add some interior lighting in the factory, and then we're pretty close. Oh yeah, you can climb up here, as long as we've got the product, you can see that some adjustments need to be made, but I'm doing my best. With the particle effects have been annoying, but it is filling in and adding the calcium carbonate to the resin there. Also down here, on the other side of our tanks, you have a wonderful little display board with the factory inventories. And this factory only produces trash when you're on the epoxy line. So, we haven't even gone a minute yet, so let's fast forward just a tiny bit here so we have some stuff produced. Just a little bit, because there's more to show you. So we're starting to produce. There's your new pallet for 3M epoxy. And down here we have the pallets for 3M glue coming in. There is a collision they have issue because I'm bumping into it right here, but I'm not that concerned with it. Otherwise you'd be driving in there. So your pallets will start to appear as you fill up. Also, on the outside of this building, over here, you will notice that we have one garbage bag in the dumpster because we're starting to create garbage. So if we fast forward again, as we're producing some stuff inside here, let's go a whole day. We'll go a little bit faster here. Boop, 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 because garbage does take a while to fill up. I'm gonna just go a whole day here, get back to daylight, and maybe we can see what's going on outside here. Once we get the lights on the outside of the bit. So you can see there's only 2 trash bags in there right now. All 3 dumpsters will fill up. 8,000 trash in each dumpster, so there's 24 bags of trash that will be put into the dumpsters out here. And we can come out here. So far, each bag holds 1,000. We've only got this. We're working on the second one still. We've got some resin and coal and calcium carbonate left, and we've got the glue going. So we've got some pallets already ready to go. And my glue trough isn't working yet for some reason. I think I have to check and see if there's any errors in the log for that. But there should be a moving plane on the glue trough as well. And so yeah, there are a few things. The resin you can see is going down because we're using it. The planes for the resin are slowly disappearing back underneath the ground so we could add more resin. But my glue plane is not appearing yet. And that is kind of weird. I must have a node set wrong or something. Also, I might know what's doing that, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to fast forward a little bit more here. One of the things it's going to take a little while to show you. I could leave it as a surprise, but we're going to have to keep filling this factory. And well, yeah, you're not going to see it technically because I'd have to keep moving all the pallets. But we will fill up more resin on this right now. Yeah. Thank you there, Nasty Peter. So we're going to add some more resin in so we can continue till our factory is filled up. You won't be able to buy these eventually. You'll have to I'm going to shut off the buying of it because of the fact that you could buy it before the factory is built. You will have to move the products in here. Now we're out of resin and calcium carbonate, so we'll get those in here. And calcium carbonate, max, buy. And we're almost full. Again, it's 1-to-1, so 54,000 is what it holds for pallets in this building. So we just got to go one more day. It is going to be filled up. When it fills up, obviously, we'll wait till morning so you guys can see what's going on here. Get us to the next day. Okay. So when it fills up, obviously, you've got a whole bunch of pallets to take away. And everything shuts down. There's our glue in our trough. So maybe it has to be, yeah, we've got glue going now. I don't know why. I probably have it on the wrong, in the wrong section of the, we'll check that XML out because it should have shown before, but the glue does come out. I just have to fix it. But all the fans shut down when it's shut off. Everything pretty much stops, comes to a halt when the factory's off. And the smokestacks on the outside as well. So if we go outside again, rock around, our dumpster over there should have a few bags. Yep, we almost have one dumpster full of bags there. Next thing is, where's my truck? Let's go over here. So what I did was I designed these as loading bays. I probably will label them above the doors before we release too. There's just so many little things I still could do that it's crazy. I've already spent probably 50 hours on this crazy thing since just the other day. I don't know, it seems like every waking moment I've been, if I'm not working, I am been working on this. But I could put the building products on the ground as it's being built. I don't know how far I'm gonna go. It's just the one. We've got a lot of factories to go. I'm just pulling in to the garage. I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna go into my menu here and spawn my glue pallets. And well, guess I'll spawn my epoxy ones on the other side. Spawn 8 at a time. You can see it lines up right along the side of the truck, ready for pickup on both sides right there. You can drive in, back your truck in, or use a forklift to pull them out if you want to do a forklift deal. Load them up. We'll get some more out of there. Yeah, I should use the R menu, it's easier. We can spawn 8 more. Jump in my truck. Oh, they're already on the truck. So yeah, you could do that too. It auto-loaded it. If you keep your truck on auto-load and you spawn these right in, it'll go right on your truck. Didn't take them all because our truck is now full of glue pallets ready to be hauled off. And it works the same way on the other side. Now, one of the things I did do is I have to copy all this. Everything, all the animations right now are running off of just the glue side. I have to copy them all over so they're running on both sides. So you can see it kick back in. We've got more pallets over here to pick up. And then there's the garbage. Go to the epoxy, spawn my trash bags. You'll just get 5 at a time, you'll notice. We've got the next one start. You might get more, but you can pick these up and toss them in a truck if you want. Or you can pick them up with your flatbed if you wanted to as well. We should be able to. I haven't even tested it yet, but let's drop my resin or my glue there. They should just appear one just like any other pallet. Let's see how they look. Yeah, you can pick them up with this to drive them off to your dump point that you put in the map. They will use the same trash point as the cans that come from the farmer's market as well. And then you can create trash. Now what you won't see, it's kind of a little built-in feature. As I said before, the trash here holds 8 bags apiece, so 8, 16, 24,000 trash. But the factory itself holds a total of 35,000 trash. So basically, every node past the 24,000 is going to start putting trash on the floor inside the factory until you empty the cans outside, then it will go away. So we'll leave that as a surprise for you guys to check out. But there will be the trash on the floor in the factory that goes away when you empty the the trash and unload it. So you'll know if you're working inside your factory and you've got too much trash. that it's time to empty it. I am doing good, never back down. So that is where this factory stands. It's back up and producing. We've got more to do with it. Uh, which one? Oh, really? Okay, I'll have to check that out. That's what we're here. We'll fix some things up. But there you are. We've got to keep working on this just a little bit more. Hopefully, we'll get it all. But it's all made out of blocks, 800 and plus pieces. Glue factory, 3M adhesives, and it produces your epoxy and your glue. Glue will be going to the drywall factory very soon. We're going to need to eventually create a warehouse as well for additional products. The only storage you have on this right now is inside the factory itself. You can load up your garage with pallets, move them around. But yeah, outside has the displays as well. So your resin gets dropped off at this pump. You'll notice that that's actually connected to the tank that's right on the inside. Any questions? Be glad to answer them. But yeah, we can close down our doors and close up the factory. We're gonna hook up some lights tonight. Uh, like I said, I think I want to put uh, loading bay signs for epoxy and the glue above those two doors. And there's a few minor tweaks, like I said, inside, but and we got to add all the sounds. There's no sound running in here yet. So we'll try to find some conveyor sounds and different things as it's loading. Make some flame adjustments so they're not shooting out, maybe. Although it's kind of cool looking. Flames burning. And I got to figure out what I did with that glue plane, because it's flowing now. It might have been too far below the ground. Now that we've got 30,000 glue in there and 46,000 epoxy, we have the glue in there. But early on, it should have started filling up. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Let's go back. Thank you for being subscribed, Manuel Paul, for 4 months. Just the beginning of buildables, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of what can be done with a lot of extra time. So I don't want to rush through these. I think it's really cool to have garage space there to park your vehicles down here if you want. And just all the extra animations and stuff just makes it more lively and gives you a reason to go inside every now and then, you know? And see what's happening. And I redid the display boards. I took the display board from all the way back to FS13 off the silos and just redid the display to get us a nice display. I think it looks pretty cool. And we'll have display boards in the factories that are upcoming as well. Don't forget to close the door. You might let somebody in. All right. Your partner passed. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's too bad. You've had to move in with... So yeah, we'll save this. The perfect place to save. And we're going to jump into the editor. And let's see, what do I want to do first? That is the question. I've been at this since 7:30 this morning. But let's check it out. And some of the things are just so tedious to try to get to work. Those particle effects, trying to shrink them down because they're nodes. They're literally just nodes placed in there. But you can see everything out here. Da 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 da. Oh, there's where the trash will pile up. You get little trash piles, so you can see it in the editor. Just the decals will appear on the floor if you get too much trash outside of the factory. And I've been working inside this thing for so long, I'm claustrophobic. Doc Holiday, thank you for the sub. So I guess what we want to do is we want to expand this trigger right here. I want to make that bigger so we can get a better trailer on that. So that's a pretty quick fix. I think it's the Z to, let's bring that to 1. Yeah, we're going to bring in big trailers. Pallet trigger. We can leave the exact fill root node. We'll expand that one out too. Let's see how they look together. I'm going to expand the label. The exact fill can come down to like 0.75. Yeah, that looks good. Now, it's always tricky with the, I can't move anything. So this is, the factory building process takes place in one group, factory.viz. Everything that's in that group gets built. Each one of these blocks can easily be textured. As I was going to say, they're a 6-sided block, just kind of like what he did, but when I sized it up. So I could pull out the block, and in future building processes, I can jump in here. Actually, this would be kind of cool. And I can use the different blocks, but I'm going to put that back so I don't destroy my factory, or I'll have to reload it. But with each of the sides, if I wanted to later on work on here's the textures I used on this factory, the glue factory. I have been building a library of textures, and they are right out here. As you can see, just threw a bunch of stuff in here, but when we get into doing like the freezers, let's say you're doing freezers for the project and you want to put a galvanized texture inside the freezer, there you go. The whole factory changed. It's now galvanized metal. But we did it on the outside, not the inside. We could have done it on the inside because that's a separate plane now. And that's another thing I had to do, was make it so that different blocks can take the different textures pretty quickly. I can change that one over to something. Let's see, my library. Right there. Block textures. I could make it so we have this metal inside, for instance. And now we have metal walls on the inside, much more fitting for a freezer type thing when we make it. On the outside, we could do concrete pretty easily. And it's just a matter of rearranging the blocks to make the different things look, different buildings look different. I have lots of wood planks. I've got yellow metal. I've got different roofings. I've got more too than what we see here. But if I wanted to build a marble look to a finish eventually on the outside, oh, I did it on the inside. We have marble textured walls just like that on every single block. So that's why I was taking some time to get the first setup done. I can add the windows. That's just another texture on the outside of that block. So I have window blocks, I have wood blocks, I have all sorts of blocks here that can be done. The roof block pieces have different textures as well. So if I don't like that roof and I wanted to change it later on, I just pull the texture actually into my thing. But on the glue, right now it's in the library. I can't, it'll throw an error if I actually keep this here. But if I wanted to go with, say, I don't even know which roof I'm using. Is it this one different? Yeah, I want to go with that shingle roof, then boom, I have shingle roof. Simple as that. So give you an idea what I wanted to do with the blocks. Now, if I had some angled pieces, that's what I really would love to have, the angles to put slanted roofs on some of the factories. But that's a little bit, I need to get a triangular piece in order to do those and stitch the triangles together. When I'm done, I should put people. I haven't figured out how to get people splines working yet in the mod, but it would be so cool to be able to have people walking around on some of these places. All right, we got to scale up these, and this gets tricky because the triggers are really close, and I've got 800 items in this map, so I'm gonna have to find them. Actually, in the building group, this is the end of the last node. I can tell you how many objects to build that factory. Oh, nope, that's not even the group. That's a different group. This is the last one. The fire was the last one in. 831 objects to build the factory. Not Fummins can make me a triangle that I could yeah. If I could get what would I need to put a sloped roof? I would need flat spots, but I need and I'm using a plane right now that is for these blocks that is scaled 4 by 1 by 2. So it's 4 width, and that's what I would need. I'd need a triangle that is the size of an in-game plane that's 4 across, 2 high, and comes back down. So I can put a triangle here, another square, and a triangle on top, and then I can make peak roofs and then just build put the square blocks on the side. Would I need another block triangle? Oh, I would also need a triangle that would come up, yeah, with a flat back. So it would be one. It would basically come up like this from here up, which would be one, and then back down so I can build the other side. And then after that, everything can get filled in with squares again. But yeah, be a cool thing to get so we don't have to have all flat roof buildings. Rubber roofs. Oh, there's so many textures. I've got siding textures on my desktop, as you can see. Roof textures. I mean, there are some cool ones too that are they're all tileable. There's tons of this stuff on the internet that I can make different wood-looking structures for storage. There's different metal. There's just tons and tons of, and I've got some pretty cool ones picked out already that I think will look good later on, like a rustic wood type building. And they scale up nice on the size block I'm using. So somewhere in here, I have in the building group. That's right. It's in the building groups, which is a lot smaller. So how I ended up pulling off the building smoothly is that there is a group that has all of the stuff in it for building, and all the fence is in there, and it falls into the building viz group, which is right here, with a whole mess of, what did I put, like 100 in there, I think? Empty transforms. There's 120 empty transform groups, so that the last group, after everything is built, will fall in, and all that stuff disappears. So had to be a lot of dummy transform groups as its visibility, or it would start disappearing one piece at a time. So way down here in the last group, everything here will disappear, and I'm going to scale these up and reposition them. I think we can kind of go, let's see, we're going to double it up. 1.5 by 2, and I'm going to put them, let's see where my trigger is. I want to make it so you could drive the trailer in and offload the whole thing at the same time if at all possible. So that's pretty good. We're going to upsize all these and move the other ones here. Let's get this down out of the way. I'm going to slide them out of the way for a minute. And I'm going to resize. Whoops. By 2. Careful not to raise them and lower them, but I line them up like so. Rather than you can get the coordinates too, but I'm just going to put 4 across, and then we'll center this group name right here with all of them in it back to where we need it. And see how well it goes with our trigger when I've got these expanded out. Give you a lot more drop-off area. It all disappears when the factory is built anyway. And my boards, decal. We'll go down on this end. What do we got? Do you remember when it was the very first buildable factory? Yeah, do I remember when the very first buildable factory? Well, yeah. It was with the UPK kit, but even before the UPK kit, we had buildables, but all we had was like a fence around the outside that disappeared that allowed we had a cement wall way back in 13 that covered and a roof over the top, and we hid it underneath and we just made that invisible. That was the very first thing we did with factories way back in 2013. But when we got to 15, we were able to do a lot more. Now, all of that stuff, that additional stuff can be built into this, but it would never get done if I can have it so the cranes appear like we used to inside the fence, and it looks like they're stacking stuff, and we could have cement mixers later on the concrete factories and all of that stuff. Different things. I guess we're going to have to expand this just a little bit more to cover them, so we'll do it by 1 and 1.25. That should work. Gives you a big drop-off area outside here. And we'll go a little bit bigger. 1.5 would be... Nah, we'll go 1.4. Cover up those... So anybody drops on those triggers, just pull your trailer up. And that is one trigger that will take all 4. Outside the fence. So that one's done. I've got an issue with my glue plane that definitely I'd like to take a look at right now. And it's called water because it used to be water. There are actually 2 planes on this. This is the epoxy one. Another one of those, I'm going to rename it. Another one of those issues with running 2 different lines is the epoxy plane, and underneath it somewhere there's a glue plane. So whatever is highest will be shown. If I can click the glue plane here. That's node number 755 is glue. I'm going to grab these values and save them for a minute. 755 is glue. And one of the last ones here is the epoxy on node 823. So I'm going to write those down. 755 and 823. Glue, epoxy. Got to jump into my XML on this monster of a factory. It's getting there, and finding stuff in it is getting crazy. Let's see. So my output for glue, product lines, input products, register output. Oh, that's the project. So yeah, it's so big that sometimes you have to close down sections. Like this is the production factory glue build block. I close that so I don't have to see it because we're looking at the actually after it's built. And I gotta go down to where my OP glue, my mover translation is right here. I changed the numbers. I'm sure that it's just too far down below the ground. I'm gonna have to. I got my number saved. What I gotta do is I gotta see where it disappears. Just where it disappears. It's at 0.035 is where they should disappear. I moved them too far when I used a default number, so it's 0.035 for its minimum setting on its y-axis on the glue, and my epoxy 0.035 as well, so it should just pop out of the ground as we're building it. That is its base setting. They're both in the right place. They're in the visibility nodes, the movers, digital displays. Oh yeah, everything is in here. Next thing I'm going to do, we've got to put our operating sounds in. And I'm going to do the lights first. We'll get the lights working, and then we'll test those, because I've already got several lights outside, but I'm going to go over. I like the one for this factory, and this is how we do things. I go to my desktop, and I got all these windows hiding everything that I need. If I have a, I'm going to open up a window here. Do we have any greenhouse in? Yeah, the cauliflower greenhouse. We're going to open up that. And steel. Take the light out of there. Fetz Dog, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Irony Iron Eyes 73 subscribed last stream. So did Chewy Whiskey. They're not showing up, the new ones on my list here. Something's going on with that. I don't know, but I see them. I hear them. So I like, because it's a factory, we've got these hanging lights. We're going to see if we can utilize these, and hopefully they won't hang down too far, but I'm going to export one of those. Export selection with files into my FS19 Glue Factory folder, and look at all the pieces I've got. Now I'm going to remove them when it's done, but I'm going to save a copy of this so I don't have to pull all these pieces back out of everything. This is the ceiling light. We'll grab that out of there. It will, with if it's from 19 to a 19 object, it will. It'll put the files right in. As long as you click yes both times, you'll get all the files you need. Okay. So technically you should. Sometimes things go batty with this. But if you come over here now and look for my ceiling light, and you can open it up with, and you guys can't hear him, but X-Men was asking me if I export it, will all the files come with it? And it's just textures, light 02 diffuse on this one. And if I go and look in my textures folder, you can double check and make sure the light 02 diffuse file is right there. So yeah, it brought it right over. And now that it's in there, we can just click and find the ceiling light right here. And it's going to put it outside my main group. Again, I want these lights to be in the building group. So what I'm going to do in my building group is first I'm going to create a new transform group. I like to put the lights together. Uh, so I got to cut that transform. We'll name it lighting. And I could put interior lighting, and I spelled lighting wrong anyway, so I might as well. INTERIOR. We'll give it a capital L for lighting. I'm going to cut that, and more buildable objects. Factory viz, edit, paste, because we don't want them to show up until the factory is built. So I have an interior lighting that I will copy this. I'll cut it out of there and put it into my factory. There's in my interior lighting folder transform group here. There we go. Now I get to position them and see how far they are going to hang down. One row across the middle would kind of be nice. And what's cool when working with blocks, oh, see now that we got the wires up above the ceiling, we're going to pull, I can actually pull it down and hide, because I don't want it, just make sure it's not poking through the roof. And that'll be pretty good right there. Now, the whole factory is built on blocks so that are too wide, so I'm going to go and square it up in the factory, and there, it's pretty much right down the middle now. And just figure out spacing for my lights. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it down. Let's see which direction I'm going. 40. I think we can go, I don't know if that's going to be too bright or not. Let's go 38. So we're going 6 at a time. So the next one we'll go to 32. 26. Down to 20. And 14. 8. 2. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, is it? No, -3. I mean, yeah, we're getting into negatives. Yeah, -3. I think that's proper. It looks close. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. It might be -4. See, I always get confused with that. It's kind of hard to tell, but it would when you get in there. No, I think it's right. -9, and then -15. So we've got a row of bright lights going all the way through the factory. And the next thing, I'm going to bring some over to the bay as well. We'll just put like, we can run them right across like that too. Make it centered up, so it's 27.5 is center, 44. I think we're going 34. Let's see. I think we could get away with just a few in the garage bay here. Oops, I clicked off of it. Go back to my light group. 34. And then we'll try one at 24. Where is it? Down here. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. 24. Where are you out there? Are you outside? Nope, that looks pretty good. And we'll put some in the other bay. I'm gonna just start right with the top one back there. Oh, I gotta pull those down too. They're gonna be sticking through the roof. Minus 40. Minus 40. Did I just do the same one? Yeah, I did. Let's try that again. That one there. Minus 40. And then this one here at minus 40. We'll center it up in that bay. But the last 6 I gotta bring down. He's got bigger lights that you made. All right. Yeah, I'm going to use these for now on this one. But yeah, I want different style lights for sure in the future. So I'll take a look at what you got there. Absolutely. I'm going to switch my translate on these so they're all the same. So that we're not sticking through the roof. And one more. So we've got my lights in the bay. Now we've got a group of lights. Interior lighting and exterior lights are already in here somewhere. So we've got to wire them all up and then check it out after we get that part done. So I'm going to click on the first exterior. Where is it? He's got my triangle. Thank you. We don't need no stinking lights. Street light poles. Here we go. We're going with the first one. Thank you. Yeah, he is fast. He's good. Thanks for the triangle. That's going to be awesome. We'll get some, it gives me more options. One of the things I tried to do, and I don't know if I have it in here. Let me check. I might still have it, but I couldn't do it because I have issues. Oh boy, do I have issues. Not in there. No. I'll show you a little bit later what I was trying to do, and maybe somebody could figure it out. All right, so we got my nodes are 2, 7, 8, 9, 0. This is my node 2799001 to my bulb. Quite a long list there. We're going to go over to my Glue Factory XML here. Turn on my day-night objects so that we're using them again. Just move the things. And let's see. Visible day-night setting is that one. And then the one above it is set to the light itself, which is 0 on the end. So I've got to do that. Boop. Take those out. Copy that one. And the number that's going to change, you could just go down to my next one. Illumination. The glass is 2789100. So if we look here, 2789, we're going to just do 1. Change that to a 1. And we got to do that all the way down to number 7. So we need 0, 1, there's 8 lights outside. So we've got 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. When you do that, it kind of messes things up. 6 and 7. So the next 2 go to 2. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, and 7, and 7. Those numbers match up to my first group of lights, and then we pretty much do the same thing on the second group. We'll put it right in that same list, if I can find them here. Interior lighting, light. We're gonna have the point light right there, and that's all. Actually, these are done a little bit differently because we only have the point light that we're going to turn on and off on these. So we only need this first one, which is 2832001. I wonder if I never tried the emissive. Oh, we could try it. Let's see what happens. What it looks like. So we'll copy that number too, and the last number will change to 1. Put another group in here. Oops, can't do that. Now cut that out. I often do the cut and paste because then I won't screw anything up. With the nodes, it's so easy. So we got that going all the way to this one right here, which is 16. So my second number is going to climb all the way to 16. So there's 17 lights on this. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Find my... And if we do this right, we'll have working lights when we get all these numbers in there. Whoops, I didn't switch my finger on my keyboard. Ten, 12, 12, 13, and 13, 14, and 14. I see the text rolling and I'm in the middle of doing stuff. Okay, Byron is hosting me. Thank you, Gordy. Or Geordie, or however you like it. Fifth line down, you put a 20 instead of a 2. All right, I'll check that out. You guys are good at catching that. I find those after I run it once. 16, 16. Did I say there was 16? Fifth line down, I put a 20 instead of a 2. You are correct, sir. We need to fix that, or we'll have a problem. I'll leave it up there so you can scan for more errors. Did I say we needed 17? Was that node 17? Nope, it was 16. We got the right amount. There's 17 lights, but 16 because the first one starts with 0. Day-night objects are linked. Let's hope they work. We're going to test that out. We'll just fast forward to a night. Let me make sure we saved the map with those in there too. Or the map, yeah. It shows you how much I work on mods. And we'll check out the lighting. It might be very bright. Unlike me. No. Alright. Get rid of this one. Zip up the new one. Say it the best way we can. Alright. Gonna put that into my game folder. and see if we messed anything up. I do like to check in early enough because, and X-Men's probably found this out. If you do too many things and then you have an issue, it's harder to pinpoint what that issue is because you have to go back and check everything. So if I have an issue with lights, I want the lights to be done. I've done this with the particle systems. Every step of the way, I've slowly uh, checked it, made sure I got that done before I moved on to the next part. Will my mods work on any other maps? Not unless the map maker builds the products into the map, and then they can. So, in order to run this mod, you would have to actually. It's not too hard with this one because there's no real moving. There's no fill planes on this. It's all pallets on this factory. So they would have to add the fill types, though, to their fill types XML, which we got to do that. We're going to be adding several very soon, either later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see if we can get this factory working. That's the next step. I've got a bunch more fill types to register in the map before we get this out to you guys because things have to be done. Also, I want to jump back in and check out the board issue on the storage. I haven't even, yeah, we can get the Applebee's and McDonald's. And what else do we got coming? I gotta load those up. I haven't even downloaded them from you yet. In order to do greenhouses on a map, you will need to add those products along with fill planes and particle effects. Particle effects aren't necessary, but they would certainly help because if you're dumping from a shovel or something with the greenhouse products, you would see them pouring out of the shovel. T7MHA just subscribed again. Thank you for being subscribed for 9 months, T7. You guys are awesome. I'm telling you, you guys have been around. Quick! I don't want to get hit by a train. Woo, just made it. Alright, so if all works well, we don't have any error. We should check that first. Nope. We are getting the epoxy error. Well, it's not an error. Information from the global company because I added the epoxy logo. You want to see what that looks like? I could show you that. Because we got a new fill type in the map right now. And it should be way at the end. There, we've got a can of epoxy there. And it actually is a 3M can, that's why I used it. That's what they ship their epoxy in. So, that is in the game. Da 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 da! Lighting. It's early in the morning. The lights are casting. That might be because I linked that other node. No, it should be okay. Nope, they just went off. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what the inside looks like. Make sure everything's off. They should be just all off. Yep, we're good. Nothing on. Now time to go to nighttime. Let's hope it doesn't rain, because rain can throw off the lighting in this game. Go a little faster. And we should have day-night lighting. Ta-da! We've got some lights that turn on the outside, and look at how bright and nice it is on the inside of the factory at night. I think that's just about the appropriate amount of lighting to see in here nicely. So one more step is done. Yeah, see, there are weird lighting issues. See, you can see the resin flowing, but it looks black because of the shadows at night. Unless you get the right angle. But it is resin in the trough. And glue flowing down there. The glue is flowing. And it wasn't running because you had trash? Yep, that'll happen. So we've got the lights working. Kind of interesting. We've got smoke coming out the side of the building there. No, yeah, that's lit up a little bit from the lighting in the inside. So it's kind of cool that the lights, you can see the factory lights on the inside at night too, 'cause through the window. I love it. I love it. I think it's pretty awesome. The only thing this factory doesn't have right now are sounds, which is something that I haven't even pulled out, but we're gonna find some sounds and link the sounds in so we have some sounds for you guys. Yeah, lights go off in the day. We are full. Factory shut down. So I gotta look for a fan noise. I'm gonna look for a fan noise. I think we do have the fans on the greenhouses. I think they had a pretty good fan noise. I'm gonna see if I can grab that and place it by the fans on the back wall. Let me see if we can pull that out. See what we got for that. So quit my game. It is pretty awesome. I thank you there, KJB Farmer. I am loving it. I just cannot imagine what I could do and what the next ones are going to look like. It's just a time consuming to really make them really nice. That's all. And I would like to do them really nice so we can play them forever. And yeah, there may be issues that pop up, but we get we got a floating trigger, I guess, 6 inches off the ground at the farmer's market to fix tonight. So I'm told. You can look underneath it. And we've got a board issue on the storage, but we're going to tackle those after I finish my sounds up on here, and then we'll get those things updated. We kind of... Oh, did you get the last one updated? Are you talking about the marker itself? You might not have updated, because there was one floating and I moved it down to the ground. Yeah, do the update and check it out again. The sounds in the sawmill are really loud. Yeah, they are loud. Uh, Let me get the sounds for this thing taken care of. We're not gonna do a yeah. If they're too loud, you might want to turn them down. But if you play with headphones, then nobody can hear it other than you anyway. I don't play with my sounds very loud, and I'll have to see if I can turn them down a little bit. I don't. I have never even messed with the sound files to know you could turn them down. There's a sawmill. But that's 4 times I have to update. I'd have to update 4 more files because there's 4 sawmills. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for a greenhouse, which is in this folder. Again, I'm looking for the sound for... Is it this one? Can I play it with... I don't even know. Can't I play an OGG file? Or do I have to... I don't have... Will Windows Media Player play OGGs? Yeah. You guys, can you hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear that. But that is the turbine room. That is going to be my fan noise next to my air conditioners. So we're going to copy that into my folder for my factory. For starters, where is it? Da 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 da. I closed it down apparently. Let me move a window over here. The glue factory. Sounds. What is the Fox Audio? Oh, that's the one for that's the doors, the opening of the doors. I think I have it turned off currently too. I have to add those back in. Alright, so we've got the turbine room wave file. We're gonna import my sounds into my main group again. We'll create a transform group called sounds. And we'll cut that out and put it in my build group for my factory. Load in my... How do I do a... I never imported sounds before. That shows you how good. They usually come with my... Alright. Create audio source. There we go. Then we're going into here and... why does it point to WAV files when you want to... When the game... Can I do it? Is that something that, Ha ha ha. That's got to be an editor bug. Because you don't have... I can't even look for my OGG file. Because it's not a WAV file. And it's automatically defaults to WAV files. Let me see. How can I pull it in? Search sounds for .ogg maybe? Yeah, you got it now. I thought I fixed that one. Um, so how the heck do you do that? That is so weird. Do I have to create a WAV file just to link this thing? And then change it to an OGG file? Or at least a name? I guess I'm gonna have to dummy a file. Let me dummy a file up here so I can get a link. I'm gonna dummy it up. See, it will read the OGG with the .wav file extension. I'm gonna make it. It probably won't work, but when I remove the, we're gonna link to that anyway. I guess it's the only way I could really do it because, well, I'm sure I could edit, but as I come in here. Oh, importing a sound. Wrong one. Menu. Create audio source. Sounds. Grab the turbine room wave file. Grab it. Edit. Cut it. Put it up in my group. Edit. Paste. We're going to rename it fan. Oops, but spell it rightly. Fan noise. We'll put it back here by my fan. View my show audio sources. So I don't want it to carry too far. We got to get closer to the fan though. And you can see the outer ring. There's an inner and outer settings on the audio. Range, inner range. Let me bring the inner range. I'm trying to see if I can even... Okay, so there it is. The inner range, the outer range is going to be much smaller on this. We don't want to hear it forever. As a matter of fact, I just want it to be heard relatively when you're close to it. So I'm going to bring it to... Oh, I'm testing. Testing sound inner outer range. That should be good. So we'll hear the fan noise. when we're really close to the fan itself. And I'm going to duplicate that and find the rest of my fans in the building. There's a trigger. When you put the trigger, that's one of the things you don't see. So I got to move things around a little bit. Make sure it's on my Y translation. Yeah, you can place things on invisible triggers and they'll be floating. So I'm just going to put my fan noises around. And when I delete the wave file that won't play because I just created a dummy out of the OGG file, it will use the OGG file for the sound. So we definitely got some sounds there for my fans. So I'm going to come back out here. We've got nodes for them. They are 2833012. Okay. Down in my XML under the operating parts. Actually, there's two sets of operating parts in this. There's the other one. That second set hasn't been turned on because it's on line 2. So we're going to turn on the sounds. And we're going to call this audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll call it fan 1. I'm going to make them fan 2. Whoops, don't put 22. Fan 3. Fan 4. Fan 5. How many did I say we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So we have fan 6. In my operating parts, come down to my long list of node i3D mappings. And we're going to create fan 1 first. It has to match what's up above. And the node on fan 1 was 28330. And we need 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rename them. Fan 2, fan 3, fan 4, fan 5, fan 6. And the last number is the one that changes because it's all in the same transform group. When we go back in, we'll test my fan noises and make sure that they are linked up and working correctly. And we have to delete the wave file for the turbine room there. Yeah, oops, didn't mean to do that. Delete that. It should read the turbine room OGG instead now. Let's test it out. See what we got. Did I put the... I hate when I see things opened up that... Sometimes I work in the wrong mod folder. Way too often. Glue Factory. Yes, turbine room wave file is in there. So check and see if I have a zip file already in there. Yes, I do. I want to get rid of that one. Or double my mod size for no reason at all. I did have fan 1 to 6 up above, but you also got to put the link to the node in the bottom. There's 2 places it has to be in. Actually, it's going to have to be in 3 eventually. So let's check it out. So yeah, you say I already had it in there. Basically, this fan gives you the node. It says fan 1 down here, gives me the node to where the fan is actually noise is actually located. And up here in the sound section, it points to down there, fan 1 down below. Oh, we've got a Oh, I see what I did. You got it. I got to rename it something because that's what I named the okay. Fan A. We'll just put an A for audio. I see. Yep. That's what I named the actual animation nodes the same thing. So I'm just going to throw some A's. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I used the fan nodes up above. We got to name it something else. I forgot about that. There. Now we can zip it up. That would have definitely been interesting. I wonder if I could have put it right on the same node as it. No. I see what he's saying. Thank you, Reliant Robin. Yep, the fan blades that spin had to have their own nodes. I really should have put like fan blades. The bigger this XML file gets, the more the more it's crazy it gets. Oh, not gonna go as late as usual tonight because I started earlier, number one. No, I started at 7, but I now don't have the next morning off. I gotta be in early. I don't even know what time tomorrow. Early for me anyway. I can't stay up till 2 o'clock tonight. I think it's like 9 o'clock start time. I'm used to starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Mondays. Wait, let's select my save game 5. We already have a factory over there. So we're gonna end this by 10 o'clock. So I can get ready and get some sleep before I gotta work in the morning. Might have to push my... Yeah, that's a big downfall. I used to not go in till on Mondays till 4 p.m. so I could go as late as I wanted and sleep as much as I wanted to the next day. So I usually went... Oh yeah, yeah, I had to... Yep, it works both ways, but I could sleep late the next morning so I could do my Sunday show till 2 a.m. if I wanted to, you know. Then I'd get up at 2 p.m. if I wanted to and still get to work on time. Now I gotta be up like probably 7:30 in the morning, so I'm not gonna go till midnight like I have been. But on the bright side, I think it will be well Tuesdays I'm off, so we get a Tuesday show. But I'm pretty sure Wednesday and Friday I get off early, so we might be able to squeeze extra evening shows in on Wednesday and Friday nights. Let's see. I have fans spinning. I don't hear them though. I could have my audio down too far. Environment volume, radio volume. Let's turn the master up a little bit here. I'm not hearing my fans. So something wacky there. Da 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 da. I should be hearing them. Oh, look, we got Lua error on something. Failed to find child 833 from factory visit. 28334. What one's that? Oh, we've got some index errors. I must have moved something, messed something up. It happens all the time. 833 from Node Factory Viz. I've put it in as a child. Okay, let's see what we got going there. Why did I do that? I messed up my thing. I'm sure I did. Fan is not in to group, apparently. It is in group, well, 833. Did I put it in the wrong? My factory viz group. Two 833 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What the heck's going on here? Let me check the error log. I'm kind of confused. Failed to find child 833 from factory viz. Only 833 childs given. Why? What? When? How? Error. Can't load resource map class sawmill palette specular. Why not? What happened to my palette specular file? See, sometimes errors throw up on things that I haven't seen before. That was never in my error log. Is there a palette specular file missing from the sawmills? But when you throw another error, all of a sudden weird things happen. How can I not find child 833 when only 833 childs are given? Because something don't make sense there. Because index not found to 833 0. That's what it says this is right here. Is it? Do we reach a maximum number of nodes available? Let's try it this way. See, I can move them into another group. As long as I don't mess up any of the groups below it. So I can move my sounds into, oh, I've got an empty transform group right up here. That's right. We'll change that one into a sounds group. I'm going to move them up higher in the list, see what happens. So because that makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm going to cut those out of there. And I left empty transform group way up here. We'll try it up here. At 2770. So they're up at 2770. Let's get rid of that last one. And switch these up. Maybe it didn't load the sound file, right? I wonder if I even need the sound in there or if it just could be the node. I was having that issue too at one point. Uh, if you just put the point, it should still read the sound into that. You know, you don't actually need the sound node. You just need the nodes where they're located. But let's see what happens. You don't put the sounds actually in the map or in the mod. But I'm going to try it there. Here, make sure I save that again. See what happens. Like I said, I don't do much with sounds. A lot of this stuff is first time. I usually never got this in depth, that's for sure, on doing factories. Da da da. Zip this thing up. I want to check something. Glue Factory i3D. Search, find. There's the nodes for the sounds. Volume, inner range, outer range. Volume set to 1. Maybe it's just too low. Do I have to change the volume? No. There's sounds turbine room dot wave, which will automatically change it to OGG. They're in there. Let's see what happens. Probably have to turn up the sound level, which we'll try that after if I can hear him or not. Let's see if we got anything. Get rid of the errors first. That's a big help. Did I save the editor? You never know. Sometimes I save too many times. Sometimes I don't save at all. It could be that I'm placing a factory that is already, the fact that it was already built, but I don't want to have to build another one. Bandit? BDDR? How you doing? We've got some triangles and stuff that Fullman sent me to play with sometime. See if we can create slanted roofs on some of the buildings. So yes, you can get errors, and that could be the issue here with... I don't have any there. Warning. Non-binary index triangle sex on my fire. Oh man, I don't know how to fix that. I just imported fire. See what I mean? That error was never there. That warning was never there until I put the sound in, and now it throws up the fire things. And that's the things you run into. I guess so the question is, how do you fix non-binary index triangle sets? I don't know. I just grabbed the fire from somebody's mod. I'm not hearing anything back here. I hear birds. I don't think I have any other errors in there. It must be a volume setting. Let me check and see what the volume setting was on the greenhouse one. I've never messed with volume. Usually I import them, but this time I didn't actually import the file. That's probably why, because it wasn't an OGG. It wouldn't let me. It was already an OGG. I mean, so how do you change the volume on these things? Let's see. Audio. Volume. Let's crank it right up to... Oh, wait. Volume is set to 1. That's the maximum? Maybe it's my ranges? Maybe I have... The composter has... Doesn't have the... I'm going to check and see exactly how the fans were in the greenhouse. Because that is where I took it, and we can hear them in there. The cauliflower greenhouse sounds. Let's see. We'll just open it right up, right there. See what the settings. I wanted to do. I've never messed too much with that small of a range. I bet you the inner range or the outer range is just too small. The inner range might have to be bigger uh, in order to hear it. So if we look at the sound in here, let's see. It's going to be under work animation sound, the ventilator and whatever we want to call it. Yeah, it's covering a much bigger area. 20 inner or 20 range, 15 inner, volume of 0.7. 20, 15.7, and it's set to loop. So let's switch it up. We'll change them. 20, 15.7, and it's set to loop on each of those. It'll increase the range for sure. And I bet that's what it is probably the inner range. Which I don't know exactly what the heck an inner and outer range is. I know the outer is how far away you can hear it. But what is the inner? Anybody got a clue? Is that where you got to be standing possibly in order to hear it? Or I don't know. So we will hear it. I got to move them all now because they're not even in the building anymore. Oh, maybe that's why, because when I cut them into this group was off center. Ha, I bet you it was fine. There, that group was not on center. Well, we'll see if we have audio down the backside of fans. I put them in the other group and I didn't put them back, the group back to where it was supposed to be. As a matter of fact, it might have to be, nope, there we go. Good night, Gordy. Save. Make sure you save. I bet you that's all it was. I bet you if we walked around the back of the outside of the factory, we would have heard it. But we'll find out now. They should appear. This whole mod, as much as is in there, is only 23 megabytes, and it is got a lot of stuff that's got to come out. Thank you so much. I'm making the map fun to play. Well, that's the point. You know what good is it if it's not fun to play? I want to play it someday. This will be, but I don't think we're gonna be completely ready because this one's gonna need a map update. We're gonna add a lot of products in. If I get the sounds in tonight, then we'll go into adding products in the map. But the products in the map need icons created, so I'll have to do some searching. We don't have a lot of time, only 50 minutes, but there's not a lot of extra sounds. We got to find some conveyor type noise, just some basic noises. We've got probably conveyor noises over on the... And I've got one engine back there too that could get a engine noise. A few more extra sounds in there and we can... I just want to have some stuff making noise. Stuff. All right. Alrighty, I will. So X-Man said I could release his 3 sell points at the McDonald's, Wendy's, and Applebee's, and he will be adding more products and updating them as we add more products to the map. So you're gonna get a lot of that right now, and eventually it'll fizzle out because we'll get all the stuff added in. GG Diesel, it goes. No problem. It won't be too much longer, like another 45, 50 minutes on this show, and then I gotta get out of here myself. So we'll try to get done what we can. I gotta wait for a train. Please have noise. Please have noise. I'm going inside. Yes. I don't know if you guys can hear it, because I don't have my volume up completely, but I have my noises for my fans running now. You can't hear it? Here. I'll crank up my volume. I've got only... We'll turn the master up to 100. Alright, they can hear it. You might not be able to. They can. So yeah, we have fan noises. Yep. So we have some fan noises. Now we need to get a little bit of... So I have one engine back here that we can try to get a noise onto. And we can try to get some conveyor noises for the conveyors that are running in the factory when it's running. And my flames have an error, but I don't want to fix it. Oh, I like my flames. My non-index... I'll have to look for more flames at some point. It's a warning, it's not an error, so we can live with it for now. We'll try to get rid of the warnings. Alright, let's find some... See what else we have. Yeah, sound files from conveyor mod. I'm gonna check. I've got sounds. We've got some sounds on several of the mods. We can bring in that annoying wood factory mod. Sawmill mod sound. Let's see. We've got the... We might have a conveyor noise on the composter. Let's see what that other noise in the composter was. What it sounds like. The generator. Oh wait, we gotta run it as a wave file. Open with Windows Media Player. It should play it. So that's the... Yeah, we can run that on the generator. We'll grab the generator OGG file for the motor and back there. And I'm gonna do the same thing so I can get it to link up. Just create a dummy that says generator.wav. Alright, and then... Oh, let's see. Let's go into the sounds of the maps themselves. They might have something we can link directly and just put the node in. Let's see. They've got lots. So we've got tools. Oh, we got lot. We want to put a chainsaw sound in? We probably got that. Oh yeah, let's see. You got an idling chainsaw? There, we'll set that up. Don't ask me again. See, they got set. Oh, that sounds like a cool motor noise. But there's sounds in the game that we can grab something. Uh, Mixer. Let's see what we got. The silage mixer loop file. No. Is there any conveyors? Conveyor, baler, cultivator, cotton transporter, pressure washer, roll belt. Roll belt loop. Yeah, I like that. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? What do you guys think? You hear that? That we can add the roll belt loop. Yeah, we'll add that. I don't know. It is a belt. What else we got? I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll try it. Why not? Let me grab it. I'm gonna put it right in the map for now. It'll be easier for me to link it up. Roll belt and paste the wave file dot WAV. Whoops, get the dot in there. Okay. Now we can come out here. Glue fat. Oh, that's right. Import a sound. Create audio source. We'll grab the generator. I'm going to rename it. Cut that out. Put that up in my sounds group. If I can find the sounds group again. Did I close my sounds group? I know how to find it quicker. We'll come inside and we'll click on one of the sounds. If I can click on it. There. We're going to paste it up in here. And then we're going to move that to this motor right here. And we'll make that a little bit larger range than the other one. Then we're going to import my... Whoops, we got to do it the other way. Create audio source. Roll belt loops. I'll name this one to belt. Edit. Cut. Put it up in with my belt sound. But my other sounds. Edit. Paste it up in there. Let's move it over by the belts. I'm just going to put a few of them in so you hear them. We can make it actually pretty good range on this one. Here, we'll set it on the ground though, underneath it. If we can. It's very difficult when you got triggers in the map. You got to get underneath them to use the click thing. Alright, so we've got a belt noise. We'll put one over here on this side for these belts. And we'll move one down a little bit too. I'm doing pretty good, Chill Will. How are you doing? If you missed the building of the factory, you missed it. It was awesome. You'll have to play it back. We're putting some finishing touches on this thing, and I'll be releasing it on Tuesday if all goes well. So I'm going to just add a couple of conveyor sounds in the middle for the belts. So we've got a generator to add in. We'll go up top first and add in up a little bit higher. Generator, Generator, come down here and map it to Generator is sound number 6. Might as well put I'm gonna put belt sound because belt sound 1 and belt sound 2 because I know I've probably used belt already in this long list. They should be nodes 7 and 8 on the end. They're all in the same group. So up here, where my sounds are, we just got to add 2 more nodes for sounds. Belt sound 1. Belt sound 2. Save that up. Now, if this all works, we have one more step to do. Let's see what kind of noises we've got in the factory. We got to delete the fake wave files. Yes, if you go to the mod center, exclamation point mod center, I did put those up there today, and before we finish up today, we'll take a quick look at what X-Man's done for us and get those out to you too. So if this works, we're going to finish this up, and then we'll jump into getting those out for you guys here, and then we'll link them to the mod center tomorrow. I'll zip them up. All right, so he's got a few placeables that he worked on for you. We've got to go into take out the wave files that we made just so we could link it up, which is stupid that they have it that way, but you can't pull it up in the menu when you want to link them because it's looking for wave files, but then it gives you an error because it wants or a warning because it wants OGG files for the yeah. Thank you, Giants, for your consideration. Zip that up. The link should be still active to get them all from last week. It's exclamation point wood if you didn't get them from the last show. Exclamation point wood has them in a package, but you can only get it here and for a limited time. It will give you all of them in one zip file. You'll have to unzip it but yeah, they're all in one zip file. Let's start this up. Listen to the fans and the factory belts and see what kind of noises this thing's making. Yes, they are on Trello as individual downloads on the mod center on Trello, but you can get them all right there in that link that somebody just put up there too. While that is loading, I should probably come over here and when did he send that? Da-da-da. Okay. I'm just looking at what X-Men sent. I gotta still download them. Sent 2 hours ago. That's the one I want for that one. I don't even have these yet. Download. I'll save it to my Dropbox. I'm looking at. Da da da. I had a version. I mean, I've been helping them test some stuff, but we should have FS19. Well, we're gonna get a new McDonald's. He did some work on that. And let me delete these and get that other Applebee's in here. So let me do that again. He's got an Applebee's for us. And where is it? It should have downloaded. Why am I not seeing? It's called PV19. Oh, okay. PV19 Applebee's. Copy. I'm going to put it in here for later. What else do we got? I've got that. He's got a update to the McDonald's, which he actually resized, because remember we were talking about the size being kind of weird, the scale and stuff. So he did some resizing to that. So we'll get that one. I'm going to download that one. Right there. Then when we start up after this test, hopefully we don't have to have another test. Oh, it's open in there. I gotta bring McDonald. That's right, because we got the game running. What other one? Why does he have one that's linked that says Pioneer? Because he was working on. I'm kind of confused. Pioneer.zip. It was supposed to be. Did he change the Tractor Supply to Pioneer? I have no idea what he did there. If he's still listening, he might let us go. Let me know. But we'll find out. He might have sent me the wrong file too. All right, we'll check those out in a little bit. Gotta get the McDonald's back in there too. Oh, that's a grain mill? Did you send me the Tractor Supply? Or are you still working on that one? So we got two in a grain mill, Pioneer grain mill. I have no idea. You have a product trailer, Pikey Poke? Oh, you just sent you the Wendy's. Ah, okay. Wendy's is in there somewhere. I didn't see that link yet. Maybe he just sent it. I'm just running down to hear my sounds from my factory running. And I'm gonna run into a train. As usual. There. Oh, I hear sounds outside. That range is way too loud. Yeah, we want to shrink that range down a little bit. We've got the noises. Don't really hear my engine running as much as I would like. but I got the conveyor noises all over the place, which is cool. However, they can hear them before we even get inside, so I'm going to shrink that down. Why is it so loud? Oh yeah, the outer range is too loud. Yeah, we're going to shrink that down. I can hear the fan. My generator noise there seems like it's having issues. Maybe there's too many noises. Error, can't load sawmill. Like, yeah, that's weird. That's just weird. Oh, Pioneer's not done yet, just for me to see. Okay, well, we're gonna see it. Let me grab the last one, put McDonald's over here. Fix my sounds, and we'll jump in and we'll zip them up if all's looking good. Let's see. He sent me a Wendy's. Oh, yeah, and the Tractor Supply. Alright, so the McDonald's has to go over. Replace the old one. We've got, I'm looking on my other monitor. We've got to download Wendy's.zip. We'll put that one in. And I'm going to remove this Tractor Supply Company one and download the latest from him as well. Sent 8 minutes ago. I got to set up a shared folder with him. Remind us to do that so we can drop in like our official server folder, but we can both access it and drop stuff in there because it would make life easier. Are you kidding me? That's the something seems weird. Your files are awful small. How could they even have models in them with that size? What was the last Tractor Supply size? Well, that one is not right. Let me try downloading that again. Something's weird. Did I download? No. Oh, I might be downloading. I might have downloaded just a part of the... How could it all be in there? Something's messed up. I'm looking at it in here. And we've got the Wendy's i3D. Does store DDS. But why is my file size only showing so small? I have no idea. We'll take a look anyway. Doesn't seem right. Alright, Pikey Pokes. Dave, can you give you a call when I am done? I should be able to. Yes, let me see. Alright, so we got those. I gotta go back and check out my ranges on my sounds for, well, we can close that down. I'm going to change the range of the sound for the belts so that they're not outside that far. So we're going to bring that right down to, let's try there. That looks better, 1530. I don't want it outside. That far anyway. And the generator, what happened to my generator wave file? Number one, it's right there. We should be able to hear it. Unless I spelled generator, Generator. Alright, that's saved. Two 770-6 is the, yep, everything's linked right. Might just not be loud enough with all the other noises in there. That is okay, that's okay. We'll test that out, but we'll load up so that we get all his mods and see if they're working. Da, 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 da. When we test our sounds out here. So we gotta activate a few things. We're not gonna build the factory again, so I'm gonna use that same save game. See how they work? Now, if you used a lot of in-game assets, yeah, you can keep your files pretty small. So, in this long list, there should be some stuff not checked. Applebee's sell point. I'm gonna turn on his Pioneer one, which is not ready yet, he said. Wendy's sell point. No, don't click seasons on. We don't want that. Where are the other ones? Did I miss them? Those were the ones that were smaller, I think. Oh, McDonald's should be already checked because we had it. So, but Tractor Supply, oh, that's probably checked as well because we had that. All right, well, I think we're good. McDonald's was checked there. Let's see what we've got. I just realized I think I have the truck parked outside. I could actually tab over there rather than run from the main farm. Oh, I'm tired. It's been a long day. Alright. Yeah, we have a truck here. Toot 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 toot. Alright, now we have the noise from the conveyor inside the building, which is a lot better. I got the motor noise now too. set the fan noise. I don't know. We've got noises. We've got noises. That's all I can care about. I've got fans. We've got some noises in the factory as we walk around if it's running. So this is your last look at the operations of the buildable factory after it's built. Now, if you missed earlier in the show, we'll just do a quick. This is just quick. What you see, oh, I gotta fix the icon, but I'll do that. We're gonna give this out. It should be all wrapped up, no problem, with a map update. I don't even have the right icon yet for it. But, can I put it there? So basically, I can't put it there. We don't have enough room with all the other stuff that's around. But I'll come up over to my farm here. And what you see over there is pretty much started off looking like this. A buildable factory, and you bring over your 4 products for the first factory, because that's pretty much what we have available, and takes 40,000 of each, and we'll build the 3M factory into this one right here. This is the recap part. So you have 2 loading bays. I'm going to put some signs above the door too. We've still got a few things left. Where you'll have the loading bay for your... You just drive in here, you can get your glue barrels from 3M. On the other side we spawn our... Well, we can do it right here. Our epoxy... Wait, do we already have epoxy over there? Yes, we do. Epoxy's already there, so that's why I couldn't spawn anymore. But you can spawn them in there and drive your truck in, or haul them out. Your coal drop-off spot, you got meters as well. The lights are all now working for night. You can see it's still early in the morning, so the lights haven't shut off. But if you go just past 7 o'clock, I think, yeah, the lights just went out. And calcium carbonate is added into the factory, as well as your resin goes in here. On the inside of the factory, which is, we've got some noises when it's running. Creating our pallets on this side. Got a nice factory inventory display board. Running coal goes into your electric chamber creation. Coal burners go in there. We've got some flames burning the coal up there, which we do have a 9-index binary, so I may have to do something with that, but right now it does still look cool. We have coal mines, and why don't you have a coal mine? I can actually set it so you can buy the coal. We've got, I can turn on and off certain products. So yeah, one thing I do not want you to be able to do is buy the building products. What was the reason I had to? Oh, no, I don't want, I can't really. I'll show you why in just a minute. It's a silly thing, but we've got resin flowing in the troughs, going down there into our, mixing in with our other conveyor that's actually working, and it's hard to see from down here, but you can climb up the stairs right here and take an overview. That conveyor is spilling down the calcium carbonate, turning it into our glue, which flows into our tanks, and then spawn your pallets. So also on the outside, as you're creating stuff, you have garbage filling up in the dumpsters. As the factory runs, the garbage fills up, and then you can spawn the pallets of garbage, which are just garbage bags. They can be picked up on this thing, or picked up by hand as well. Well, beep 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 whoop. You beep 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 beep. Yeah, drop them right there. So you get garbage bags on this one, and they still can go into the same trash sell point, just the design that you can heave ho, throw your bags of garbage around if you want. So I had to adjust the weight of garbage to pull that off. You might even be able to pick up your trash cans now with the weight of the garbage. I don't know. But at least you can pick up your trash bags real easy. You can't run with them high speed, but yeah, you can move them around by hand if you want. So if you don't have a auto locking trailer, you could still, yeah, let's see, let's do a test. I haven't, oh, we missed. What happens then? We can tie it down. You could still use the tie downs even on the trash bags. So you can, if you don't have auto loading, you can load them by hand and tie them down. I'm not able to get industries to work. What kind of issue are you having? Yeah. Where do you get calcium carbonate? That is one of the problems with this. You won't be able, that's why I'm gonna try to get between now and Tuesday's show. I gotta get the stone crusher building done. It's not gonna be as involved as this because it's not gonna be buildable. So we'll crush our stone into lime, calcium carbonate, gypsum, and limestone is what we did last time, and that's what the 4 products that will be put out. So you will be able to not only get calcium carbonate, but the lime for spreading on your fields and stuff too. Shouldn't be too, I've already got the idea. Industries will not work when you load in the game. Check your error log, because I have no idea. You got the latest version? Did you start a new game? I mean, I have no clue. Are you there's so many questions, Dark Sinister. Are you trying to run seasons with it? Are you... But, because it should be working. Lots of people playing. There isn't any issues with it. So let's check out and see what we've got from X-Man here. I believe he has them under my logo file. We've got a tractor supply sell point. Now, he is aware that it comes in an angle. I don't know if he wants to fix this one, but you can spin it around. He's still learning. But he's learned a lot in the past couple days, that's for sure. Let me go down here and see if I can place this down anywhere. I might have... Alright, there we go. We could put tractor supply right over here. And we have the Wendy's sell point right there. I'm just gonna drop them in so you guys can... Pioneer he's working on. Oh boy. We need bigger property for Pioneer. Oh, we can drop it. I know where we could go with that. Let's check it out. So this is a sell point that he's been working on, a grain type sell point it looks like. I think we could fit it down here. Oh, Pioneer's even too big for where Campbell's was. Oh, we got it. We got it. There. And that one's not coming to you today. I just have to check that out. And McDonald's is resized as well. So we'll take a drive around. And here, let me get a new car that's closer to the store. Let's get something that's worth driving, like a red Lamborghini. There. I don't know why, but I really like this car. Is this Farm Simulator? Yes, it is. It's Farm and Factory Simulator very soon. Alright. Oh, Applebee's. We didn't place Applebee's yet. Okay, so we'll place Applebee's as well. So you will get your... The McDonald's is resized. Looks a lot better. You did a good job with that. Sell point out back here. I don't know. We'll check the items that he added in. Pioneer is huge, dude, but it is cool. It's got some lights out. The ramp is a little bit above the ground, a little bit steep. Not bad for this car, but yeah, he's working on a big Pioneer cell point there. That one is not coming out yet. Let's check the other stuff. He wanted places to sell stuff. Now remember, a lot of products, I told him I didn't want to keep updating them because we have so many products that have to still go in the map. He will add them, and things will probably be arranged and taken out and moved to other ones and all that sort of stuff as time goes by. But there is a tractor supply building. I am handicapped, so I can park in the handicap spot with my Lamborghini. Whoop. We've got a drop point over here to sell at Tractor Supply. And we've got... Oh, I just hit some barrels. Ooh. Wendy's got some parking lines and parking spots. I think they might be floating a little bit much there, X-Man. Yeah, they got to be dropped down a little bit. But we'll have him fix that for the next update. I'll still get it to you guys if you want to use Wendy's. The lines are actually, and these are set collisionable. Yeah, so watch this. Collisionable lines do this. Boom, 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 boom. You can see him bump over. He's a work in progress. And that's why you turn the collision off your lines, and if they're floating, at least you won't bounce. But we'll get them a little bit closer and then update in the future for that. Now, what was the last one? Wendy's? Is that what we didn't see yet? Let's see where Wendy's are. Applebee's. Oh, wait. Did we do Applebee's already? Or was it Wendy's that we're missing? I can't remember. There's Wendy's. I think we have Wendy's right behind us, right? Isn't that the one I just looked at? Yeah, so Wendy's is there. It's Applebee's. Yes. Let's check out Applebee's. Which is not in alphabetical order. It's way at the end. There's Applebee's. We'll put it next to McDonald's. For now. And then we come around. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I can't remember where I put it. Where's McDonald's? Was McDonald's on this side of the world? Or no, that's over on the other side. So yeah, a few sell points there. Brrr. Crash. I wonder what the inside view is. Oh, why'd you crash? Nope, there we go. High speed driving. I can't drive inside. I don't even know where I'm going. Cut through the store parking lot. Go back around. Applebee's sell point is right there. And there's the drop spot for Applebee's. That looks pretty cool. Nice building. Alright, so we'll take a look at the products he has in each of those. They should all appear in this menu too if he did it correctly. We've got McDonald's. Takes whatever that is. What is that? Potatoes, I think it is. I don't know if he changed them since I set it up. Carrots, onions, then apples, oranges, cherries, bananas, peaches, cauliflower, lettuce, cabbage, tomatoes, strawberries, cucumbers, and mushrooms. The three different breads that aren't in the game yet. The sugar that's not in the game yet. His Pioneer has all the grains in it. I don't know if he put anything else down there. Yes, he has some of the sorghum cereals. Hops is in there. Lots of different crops. All right, but down to the ones you're getting. We've got the Tractor Supply, which I'm wondering why Applebee's is getting listed at the bottom. We got to fix that too. It should be at the top. It's A, Apple. B, B's. No. It's not in alphabetical order. Tractor Supply takes currently the pallets, chipboard, paper, your planks, your steel is in there, but that will get many products added in the near future, I am sure. Oh, yeah. Then your Wendy's takes carrots, onions, da-da-da, same thing as your the apples, orange, cherries, banana. Bananas at Wendy's, peaches at Wendy's, cauliflower, all of those right there. Nobody sell Wendy's could take watermelon. Somebody's got to buy watermelon. All right, so I think he didn't do a lot. He's got the same products on both Wendy's and Applebee's. He hasn't mixed it up a little bit, but that will be coming. I'll get them out to you if you want to play around with them and get started. But the products are the same on those, and they might even be the same as McDonald's too, it looks like. So we'll put them out as a zip for you guys to start messing with that are here if you want to, and I'm sure we'll have an update, probably have him mix those up a little bit, get some of the other products in there, and on a few days we'll have all that for you too. So let me finish that up so I can get to bed sometime tonight. We'll zip those up for you and put them up online and give you a link. So stay tuned real soon. Let's see. I got so many files open now. I hope that my broadcast is still going, because I haven't looked at it in a while. But nobody's screaming in chat, so. Because I got windows covering windows up on here. Alright. Yeah, I'm still there. Okay. So we've got to get you. We've got so many things in this folder. The Tractor Supply. We've got the McDonald's. We've got an Applebee's and a Wendy's, which I think are both at the bottom. Applebee's and Wendy's. Add to archive. I'm going to name it restaurants or food places. I can't spell restaurants right now. Foodplaces.zip. It's RESTE. I always get that's one word I always had difficult. I'm usually pretty good at spelling too. Uh, so there's my foodplaces.zip. I'm gonna cut that one. Oh, I can't cut it. Here, edit. I gotta drag and drop it into my file sharing for you guys. It's uploading at an enormous speed. I love this internet when it works. Here, a one-time only link. Click on it if you want it. I'm gonna paste it in there for you guys that were watching tonight because they're still gonna be edited. But if you want to get a head start, you need a place until we get the updates. There you go. Let me double check. I'm gonna click the link and make sure. Yep, download 27.6 meg right there. Just click right there. You'll be good. Over on the mod center, the chipboard, board chipper, barrel factory, plank factory, paper factory, and cogent storage have been added today. What I've been doing is as I add something to here, I move it so it's in this next column right next to the map column. So if it hasn't been updated in a while, it's over on this side. The latest ones are usually over here. And I move them to the top. So as you come here, you will see that if we update, like when I do an update on, which we still got to get to, well, what was it? It was the board issue on the storage. I'll look at that. But when that is fixed, I will put in the note that it's been updated, and this will be dragged up to the top of the list with an updated date, just like Apple Orchard updated 8/15. And yeah, so that's how we've been doing it, if anybody needs to know. Thank you everybody for watching tonight. Tuesdays now, so Tuesday evening, maybe a little bit earlier because I'm off Tuesday, but I'm going to try to get this all wrapped up and we'll add the rest of the products in and get the maps updated so we can continue a little while longer. I'm going to be adding in concrete barriers and cinder block and pavers and rebar and pipe and nails, and then we should have enough to get all the building products in for future. Thank you, X-Man. Yeah, thank you, X-Man, for your work. You're awesome. And I got a few things left to do to this, but we've got some noises. And we've got a pretty cool building factory. I hope you guys enjoyed it and like it, because it took me a lot of time to put into that thing. But I can't wait to get to some of the products like the beer factories and stuff and see what we can do with those. It's going to be cool. I need to get like big beer vats in there that we can hook together, but I can't model, so we'll see how it goes. All right, everybody, you have a good night, and we'll catch you all on Tuesday if you're around. Take care.